Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Milestone and my channel is all about finding your passion, fulfilling your potential and achieving your goals. In this video, I'll share 5 life-changing books that will make you love reading. If you're new to my channel and you want to be successful, be inspired and become the best version of yourself, subscribe below because this is the channel for you where I post new content every week. But back to the topic. So I always used to find it difficult reading books. For me, it was just difficult getting the time, energy, the motivation, to be honest, to start reading. But that all changed for me once I found my reason for reading. So once I found my motivation for reading. Why is reading important? Well, you can access some of the knowledge, experiences and skills of some of the most successful people from both the past and the present, and you can use all of that knowledge to help you grow. And for me, that's really key. I'm all about growth. And once I started looking into personal growth books, that's what got me into reading, and that's what aligned with my personal passion. And these books are great because much of what we learn in them can be applied in our everyday lives. So that's what motivated me to start reading, because I knew it would get me one step closer to achieving my goals. You can do the same, and over time you'll eventually start to look forward to reading. Starting small is a great way to begin. So start with, 1 page a day, build it up, do that consistently and start to increase the amount you read. So, from 1 page, go to 2, go to 3, go to 4. Next thing you know, you're reading chapters and you might get through half a book in a day, depending on how much you get into reading. So start small and just be consistent. It's a great way to get into reading. What I've really got into recently are audiobooks. So audiobooks are books that can be downloaded on your tablet, your phone, your laptop, and they are books that are read to you by a narrator. And usually these narrators are professional voice actors, so they're really quite good. And you can download these audiobooks on things like Amazon's Audible app, the Apple Books app, and what you'll find is most of the most popular books have an audiobook version. So it's a great way to get into reading if you're struggling. And the reason why I love audiobooks so much is because you can do something else as you're listening to the book. So for me, whilst I'm driving, I can listen, whilst I'm walking, whilst I'm on my commute to work. So it's a great way to incorporate reading into your everyday life without taking up more of your time. Now I'll share my top 5 books that have helped inspire me, motivated me, helped me grow and got me that one step closer to achieving my goals. My first book recommendation is The 48 Laws of Power. So this book looks at 48 common traits of some of the most prominent, successful and famous people of the past and distills them into the 48 key laws that you must follow to be successful. The book looks at people that have followed these laws and found success, and it also looks at people who have gone against these laws and have failed as a result. So think of people like Napoleon, Christopher Columbus. It details some people that are very well known and some lesser known figures, but they are great, engaging stories and they will help you learn a lot. Some of the rules include never outshine your master, always say less than necessary, and win through your actions, not through your arguments. Now, this one you have to be very careful with, because whilst it details the stories and the accomplishments of some of the most successful and prominent people of the past, they're also some of the most devious. So think Game of Thrones level style plotting and backstabbing and treachery. This one you've got to be very careful with. Whilst I believe it's great to learn this knowledge, I use it more as a defense against the dark arts, because once you read the book, you'll notice a lot of these laws are being applied by people that you know. So you want to protect yourself against these things. So definitely recommend reading it. Don't let that put you off, but just don't apply all the laws yourself, because you will become a supervillain. And I should say for this one, the audiobook has one of the best narrators I've heard. So it's definitely worth checking that one out because you're going to get sucked in. The next book I'd recommend is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, where the author interviews 40 millionaires and he finds out what are the common traits that made them successful. And in essence, the book explains whatever the mind can visualize and believe, you can achieve. The success framework it lays out reveals that the starting point for all achievement is desire. So success can't come without you having a real complete control over your desires. The book also explains that we are the masters of our own destiny, and that's something that we have to accept. And if we set our minds on a definite goal, we'll see it come to life in ways that we couldn't even imagine. The book also talks about how you should build a strong network of people with a similar mindset to you, and that will help you achieve even greater results. So this is a great, really practical read, one of my personal favorites that's helped me a lot, and I definitely recommend you guys to pick it up because the frameworks and the things you learn inside that will help you grow and expand your mind in terms of how you think about success and personal growth. So if you want to adopt a success mindset, read this book. My third book recommendation is The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. 4-Hour Workweek, wouldn't that be nice? 4 hours? Damn. Really? Oh. This book is a top read, and for me it really helped me change my perspective around how I think about work and how I think about my time and how it should be managed. And I think one thing we can all forget is time is our most valuable asset, and this book really helps you understand that and a lot more. The book explains that most people measure productivity by the amount of time we spend working, but that's a bad indicator because it doesn't actually measure how much work we get done. So think about the amount of time we waste while working. So, we're on our phones, we're talking to our colleagues, we might be putting on the TV. You might be watching this while you're working right now, who knows? And if you are, thank you. Keep supporting the channel. So in the book, the author suggests that we spend our time much more effectively, and we can do this by focusing on the 20% of things that deliver 80% of the results. And this school of thinking, I believe, is also known as the Pareto principle. So, nice little knowledge for you there. Write that one down. Tell your friends, tell your family. That's hot stuff for you. The author also has a really famous quote about this when he says, "Doing something unimportant well does not make it important." In the book, there's also a big focus on how to set up your business and manage your work in a way that allows you to manage your time a lot more effectively. So it recommends using things like virtual assistants to manage your small day-to-day tasks, using things like automation software also just to automate all the little things that you don't have to worry about. And it says you can use that free time to spend doing the things that you love. So whether that's traveling, going on holiday, whether you want to spend more time with family, friends, go out to eat, watch football, play Warzone, whatever. You can do all those things by using the tips and the frameworks given to you in this book. And for me, that's the dream. So working hard now, focusing on the things that will help me achieve my goals so I can spend the rest of my life happy, fulfilled and relaxed doing the things that I love. So this book's a must read. Pick this one up, don't miss it, because there's loads of great frameworks, loads of great tools that you can apply in your everyday lives, and it's been of a big benefit to me, so a big recommendation again. My fourth book recommendation is Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. So the author, Susan Jeffers, is considered one of the most prominent and well-known self-help authors in the world. In the book, she explores what we fear, why we feel fear, and what to do to overcome and manage our fears on a daily basis. Now, this is so important because there's so many things in life, so many important things in life that fear stops us doing. We can fear losing our health, we can fear losing our friends, we can fear losing our families, we can fear making bad decisions, we can fear being rejected, we can fear so many things in life. And it's really important we find a way to manage our fears because it can stop us doing the things that we love, and it can stop us achieving and attaining our goals because of fear of failure. So there's so many reasons why we should pick this book up because it's by far the best in this category. And the author provides a real good and solid roadmap for how to manage your fears and how to move forward past them in a way that doesn't hold us back. The book also encourages you to take small risk every day and teaches you how to make all your decisions into no-lose situations because we can easily fear making big decisions when the time counts, and this will teach you how to overcome that. So for me, the book was really inspirational, and if you've ever struggled with your fears or your doubts or your ego, because remember, your ego is really the voice of your fear, then this is the book for you, and it will help you in ways you couldn't even imagine. And in fact, it's one of the reasons that I've started this YouTube channel. Yeah. But it's not easy. So if you like that, if you've been encouraged, if you've been inspired by that, then subscribe below, because I'm doing this for you and for me. So this book's really worth reading, as a lot of you will find it life-changing. My final recommendation is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And in this book, the author has analyzed the habits of many successful people from past and present and refines them into 7 key principles that we should all follow to be successful. The 7 principles are: be proactive, begin with the end in mind, put first things first, think win-win, seek first to understand, then to be understood, synergize, and sharpening the saw. The book's set up in a really smart way, because each of these habits, when done in sequence, prepares you for the next one and strengthens the previous one as well. So you're reinforcing those habits and those learnings as you read the book. The book also contains loads of useful frameworks to follow, and it's definitely something that's worth revisiting, because it's not something you'll realistically digest all in one go. It's definitely something you'll have to go back to a few times. And that's fine. It's a great reference to have. And look, to be honest, the diagrams in the book, they're a little bit kind of old school. So think like, GCSE, geography, maths, science, etc. type diagrams, but they are still very useful. They can be applied. They're great frameworks to follow. So don't let that put you off. Definitely pick that one up. But yeah, visually, it's maybe not the best book. And for me, the book genuinely does give you a real strong, solid framework for success, because of all the steps that it gives you. If you do follow them, you cannot go wrong. So for me, things like visualizing your goals and setting them down, making a plan to help you get there, prioritizing the key things that are in your life, cutting out the waste, working to build strong networks, understanding each other as best as you can. These are all things that we should be doing. These are things that the most successful people tend to do. So, hey, if you follow the framework in the correct order, there's no doubt you will find success. Definitely something I'm still applying. It's not easy. You won't get there straight away, but it's a great book and very, very practical. Perhaps it's the most practical book on this list, so worth reading it, worth purchasing it, and worth following it to help you achieve success and your goals. So those are my recommendations. If you enjoyed the video, please buy the books using the link in my description below. Comment if you enjoyed this video, if you liked my recommendations. If you read the books already, let me know what you think. If you felt there were books that I missed out, let me know below as well. And if you haven't already, subscribe, because I've got lots more content to come. So thanks for watching, and let's keep chasing those goals.